Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off by saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Bashim Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostle, Nels Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing to you. I can push this truth throughout the four wind. This is going to be a video on faith. Everything faith oriented, and that's dealing with your belief and how you maneuver in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can say they believe. And a disclaimer in this video also is like Yahweh Shai's head wouldn't have been covered. Okay, I don't want to offend any brothers that may watch it and, take it the wrong way. But the point in this video is your faith, does it carry you to the end? Will your faith carry you all the way to dying? I mean, a lot of people can say with their mouth they're willing to die for the truth, but is it really that heavy with you? Because a lot of us will be put in this situation to where it has to be proven. Okay? It's going to have to be proven. And it's not a game. Like, this is serious business. Like, if your life came down to it, could you totally have faith and trust that the Lord is going to have you a martyr or deliver you just to try and see if you're going to actually stand on the ground and principles that you claim to stand on? Okay. Everybody's familiar with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay. So I'm going to read this story and I hope this is edifying. Okay. This is Daniel chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, Then, and Herod cried aloud to you, is it commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. And whoso falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast into the midst of the fiery furnace. Now, I don't know if you ever been burned before. I don't know if you ever been in a place to where fire has touched your skin and consumed. It sends that shockwave straight to your brain and you realize this is hot. Okay. Now imagine someone telling you to bow down and dance, and that's against your customs. Okay? Or they're going to throw you into this furnace. All right? So it says, wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of the fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So now they're being called to the forefront. Just imagine if you were called to the forefront. Everybody's eyes are on you now. Let's see if this guy is really what he say he's about, or if he's just another phony. Let's see if your God is who you claim that he is. Okay? Some of us are going to be put in these situations. All right? Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast that the same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that should deliver you out of thine hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said, O king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy powers, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. That's bold. That's standing in righteousness, to where you're willing to be thrown in a furnace, bro, and cooked alive. That's faith. To say it and stand on it. It means more than words when you have to put it into actions. Okay? It means far more than words when it has to be put into action. All right? Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat up the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the fiery furnace. Wow. Could you imagine their mind frame? Even though they were sold out, could you imagine the mind frame being thrown in a furnace, bro? Okay? Can you just imagine that? That's faith. That's immovable faith. That's immovable faith. Going all the way out to the very end. And just to think, you look at Esau, you look at some of these movies like Saw and Hostel. Look at some of these devices, some of these torture methods that they have. You just think that they're not going to come at the prophets like this again for taking that chip. The same thing Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego went through with bowing to idols. Okay? Now it's a chip. Take it or die. And it's not just going to be no regular death. This crown is going to have to be earned. And faith is one of the key things. It's not to be played around with. You know? Everything is good when it's just talk. But just imagine being burned alive. It says, then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was astonished, and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast three men bound into the midst of the fire? Then answered and said unto the king, true, O king. Okay, true. But what happened? It says, he answered low and said, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of the Most High. So, with that being said, let me get some more of this. With that being said, we have to understand that faith is going to carry us through these things. The faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua is going to carry us through these things. You know? Because we're so accustomed to seeing things, and the first thing you think is fear. You know, the flesh doesn't want to die. So that's what we're looking with, fear. Okay? So we have to put off that fear and totally trust in the Lord. Okay, I hope this is edifying. I want to say, call Allah Yamla, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the Apostle Neville's Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to you. I can push this truth throughout the four winds. Till next time, Shalom.